déplaise.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. The cross-up's good. Puts one in the pocket. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Good work staying in throw range there. Bends the gauge on the drive rush. The low kick connects. All right, what's coming up next? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The drink level's at 4. All inhibitions are out the window. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can strike back. KO! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Shows the medium kick. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Hits him with this free flow. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. Overdrive arts give moves a big power boost at the cost of using some of the drive gauge, so meter management is vital. Charges forward. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Lifts them with a long palm. The drive impact is denied. Reads the jump in perfectly. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Unfazed by the switch and blocks. The throw connects. Knockdown and medium kick. Barely the low block. What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Jumps up. Gets out of there with a back kick. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle from overhead. The drive impact doesn't work. Low heavy. Oh, here we go. Super arts on deck for both fighters. Crowns them from above. What are they gonna do? This is gonna hurt. Ooh, what a smart throw. That throw will do some good damage. He'll cut that boy up. Sets up with the jump in. With super, oh my God, they just choked it up. All the throw connects. What's next? Dangerous range here. A real test, there's a drive impact. They are done. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Smart play with the throw. Jumps in. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Reads them. The pressure is so intense here. KO. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Rushing attack to start. That's a nice way to get someone's attention. Going on the offensive? Super clutch corner. Gets out of the corner. Hits him with his free flow. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. A trade, but they're not worried. Sneaks in above. Dashes home, brushes that off and keeps going. Ooh, it's a good spot to use the super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Ooh, they're gonna feel. Ooh, what a smart throw. Knockdown and can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Crowns them from above. Okay, here we go. Who's gonna take it? What are they gonna do? Doesn't take the throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Jump. Barely connects with the throw. Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up. Oh, here we go. Jump. Cross-up attack. Free flow strikes. Expect to see some fancy stuff as we're near the end of the round. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. They're in range. We get a knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Rushes in. Great job in escaping that. The drive impact doesn't hurt. Gotta do better than that. A jump. Throws him. Overdrive arrow kick. Oh, here we go. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Dumps him. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Well-timed command throw there. They trade hits. And now? Ooh, will they hit, with, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Throws them to negate the block. Takes a trip. Long low attack hits. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Knockdown. The jump in catches them. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player one in trouble, looking to plant him with a pile drive. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Looking for a chance. They take some time to back off and regroup. Who's going to strike first? Target locked and scoop. It's too much. Player one with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Are we going to see some fireworks? Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Target locked and scoop. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. That's a counter. Both of our combatants, big time whiff! Knockdown, experiencing burnout. That's gonna leave them rattled. Player one has depleted their drive game, but they are still with. This is gonna hurt. Through power. Oh, they got him! Player one is a force to be reckoned with. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. The command grab doesn't make it. Backs them into the corner. Trips them up. Well-timed command throw there. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Taking stock. KO! Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Throws them to negate the block. Not shy with the grab. Looking to plant him with a pile driver. Taking them for a ride on the Siberian Express. Both fighters plant. Boom goes the dynamite. They're backed up into the corner. Headbutt. Not target locked and scoop. No escaping that. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Winning the match, pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player one is just about out of drive after that. Pressuring them in the corner. Buy some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. They need to hold out. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. From up above. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch picks up the win with the counter hit. Looked like they were baiting their opponent into making a mistake. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Grabs them, closes the gap for the grab. Jumps up. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Jumps. Creates an opening with a low heavy. A quick breather. Jumps in. A parry. Knockdown and anti-air in the clutch. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. The low kick hits. What'll happen here? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Drink level maxed out. Flatlines them. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Gets a good read on their opponent, gets through the opening. The jump in catches them. Takes the chance to hurt him. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. The drink level's at 4. Burnout activates. Player 1 is gonna have to wait KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Okay, creating some space here. Out of range. Relatively safe. They return to center stage. Doing some quick planning. Medium kick hits. Going in. Brushes that off and keeps going. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna... Ooh, does them dirty. We have more fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Sits them down with a super. Now that's how you take a round. Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Well, listen. When you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. It's a normal hit, but they get in there. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Sticks the jump in. Knockdown. Burnout is triggered. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Takes a trip. Gets the jump in. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive. Sees him KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jump. Are we going to see some fireworks here? The Gladius blows them away. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. our fighters will need to tread carefully. The low! What'll happen here? Connects with medium kick. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. There's raw super hard incoming. Oh! Closes it out! Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. From low heavy to... Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop. They're on the lookout for jumping. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 2 has the life lead. Time to sit on the lead. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Taking stock. Player 2 chases them down. Combo with the target combo. Takes a trip. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Oh, how did they spot that? Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for the jump in to start. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Player 2 chases them down. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side kick. Brushes that off and keeps going. Going in? Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Looking for a chance. Both fighters planning something? This is gonna hurt. Experiencing burnout. Just goes for it at this range. Hits him with his free flow. Take that guard away. He's maxed out. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Chisels him down. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Did well to get the buff in there. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? The combo's there. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Does a good job of pushing back. Takes a trip. That parry may be just the catalyst they need. A drive reversal in the corner to hold on to that position. The pressure is so intense here. That's one huge life lead. Is this going where we think it is? At this range, many attacks can connect with instant KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Perfect parry to stop it. Time to go on the offensive. Amazing read to flash the parry just in time to catch the attack. Luminous kick! They both have full drive gauges to work with. Overdrive arts give moves a big power boost at the cost of using some of the drive gauge, so meter management is vital. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until experiencing burnout. Player 1 will have to... This is gonna be bad news. It's back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Player 2, it's a good spot to use the super. Connects with the throw. They're in lane. Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Sneaks in above. Takes the chance to hurt him. Decent damage. What's next? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Goes for the throw. Was well in range to score the throw. Throws him. What's next? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Gets the jump in. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? The jump in catches them. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Next hit will end the round. Gets them. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. From up above, puts the super armor to good use. Hits them with a stop and pop. They were expecting that drive impact. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Opt for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Player 2 needs to use the front of the corner here. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Changes things up with an overhead. Oh, could be the start of something. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Drowns them from above. Can they create an opportunity for them? And whiff! They're wide open. Just go for it. In there. Well, listen. When you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Connects with medium kick. Gets a chance with that jump. Backs them into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can take some big chances to do damage here. Throws them down. All right. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. Opt for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. In a dire situation. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Things are slow going right now. Hits them with a stop and pop. Player 2 can't use any drop. Sees them coming and shrugs it off with the super armor. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Meter management is going to be a huge factor right now. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Player experiencing burnout. Time for a drink. Gets a risky pumpkin. Hits him with a stop and pop. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Drops him hard. Noticeable life lead is a comeback still. This can lead to some big damage. Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Will this be enough to kill? What a finish! Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
The top player is here.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Trips them up. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Shows the overhead. Taking stock. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and it ends with a projectile. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for the jump in to start the round. All that effort for so little payoff. Player 1 was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their playstyle a bit. Ooh, snap kick sends them spinning. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Fights out of the corner, back to the center, experiencing burnout. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. So, what's next? We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Out of range, relatively safe. Halfway through this round, Jinrai kick for a mix. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. From upstairs. Knockdown and Jinrai opts for the critical art. Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life and still willing to risk it all on this critical art to deal the cash money damage they need. What's next? Both fighters are hurting. What's next? No! Critical art now? Only a little bit of drive and turns out. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Great job in this kick. The low block. Medium kick. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that rundown.
Drunken! How's this?
Jump
Let's get
down to the wire.
Don't fall down yet.
Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Puts one in the pocket.
Hadouken! How's this?
Throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Checks with a projectile. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Box him with a target combo. Sticks the combo. Parries to cancel the fireball.
How's this?
In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Knockdown. The pressure is gets them. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Shoots off a fireball up close. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? It's not easy to parry projectiles in the heat of a match, but it's definitely effective. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Throws them to negate the block. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Flicks that off and keeps going. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Player 2 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They're experiencing burnout. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. It's a good spot to use the super.
It's time
Yo,
to trick.
are they actually dead? Both fighters gotta roll up those sleeves and think of something. Wraps it up with a throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opens with a low heavy. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player 2 will need to do a better job of utilizing their drive gauge if they want a different result than last round. Zones with the fireball. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. Sets up with the jump in. Hits him with his free flow. Who will set the bait at this range? Pumps the brakes on the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a mistake. Good distance for a shot. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Nothing stops this train. Sticks out a kick. What are they gonna do? I assume the pleasantries are just about over. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? At the midway point of the round. Turns out, Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Jump! Close range projectile. Boots him and takes a swing. Drops him hard. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Medium kick into? Amazing! A jump? Jinrai? Are you kidding me? Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Gets a chance at that jump in. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. The attack is parried. Parrying an attack like that is risky, but the reward is the drive gauge building up. Gets the knockdown, and now can't tech the throw. Good job blocking the jump-ins. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Boots them! Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Jumps in! Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Medium kick. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Blocks it. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Puts the super armor to good use. Jumps up.
Don't fall down yet.
Boots them. They return to center stage. Crowns them from above. Still slugging it out at the... Yo! Critical art now? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Both avoiding the wall like a frozen in out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Jumps. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Uses a drive parry against the attack. A parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Stops the attack by using a drive parry. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. The drink levels are 4. All inhibitions are out the window. Next hit will end the round. Holds out with the block. Very solid corner switch. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. They were right to be on guard there. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. They closes it with a classic corner throw. Player 1 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Immediate jumping. Oh, with the throw. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Both fighters having a full super art gauge means positioning is critical here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. The drive impact is denied. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Looking for a chance. Barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Smart play with the throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Watching each other carefully. Boom. This is gonna hurt. Player 1 is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using their drive. Life lead is there, but they're going for the super art? Player uses the gauge for a super art.
Come on. It's time to trade.
Looking for the definitive end to this round with the level 3 super! There it is! They knew it'd be enough. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Still plenty of time left. Player 1 is in a pretty good connect with the throw. Knockdown and both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Player 2 can't use drive anymore. What are they gonna do? Both sides getting ready. Parry, there's a burnout. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Jump! The throw is denied. Medium kick. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Drive parry. They are done. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Manages to block the jump-in attack. The jump-in catches them. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. The pressure is so intense here. KO. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Hits him with his free flow. Player 2 had a hard time managing their drive gauge last round, and I'm sure they're aware that they need to start adapting. Jump! You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Jumps in, brushes that off, and keeps going. Jumps up. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Boots him. Player 1 at overhead. Amazing. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Jumps. A parry. Rails them with the gladiator. Gotta do better than that. No. Critical art now? Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? What now? Pumps the brakes on the impact. This is gonna hurt. Knew the throw was coming. What a finish! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Let's get this mission started. Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checks with the projectile. Blocks the jump in. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Goes for the low kick. Knockdown. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. From up above, you can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Neither of them willing to back off here. Very solid corner switch. Knockdown. Sonic boom. Sticks the jump in. KO. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Misses the grab. Who's going to start things off? Somersault kick. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner kick. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Sonic boom. Big throw. Knockdown and miraculous grab. Player 2 there's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Going in, player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Break through with the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Smart play with the throw. Checks him with the boom. Player 1 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player 1 with the lead. Will they go for offense or defense? Nothing stops this train. Forward rush. Fighters counter on reaction. Oh, putting the cherry on top.
Come on. It's time
Get
to
to the
train.
Sihel connect. Jamie's gonna show Oracle Cheese that there's a new player in town. What's next? Blank knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Back into the corner. What setups do they have? Oh, yes, the air throw. What a grounds him from above. What now? The next touch may decide this round. Low heavy, but no go. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Player 2 can't let this simmer. They got it. They are done. Player 2 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. Let's lose the move. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Blocking a jump-in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Air throw had their eye on the sky. Lots of aggression from both sides. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Trips him up. Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Takes a trip. Player 1 chases them down. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Oh God, this is tense. Neither fighter can land the deciding hit. Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for enough. Takes in the throw. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Jump. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Sonic boom. Hits the air throw. Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big. Avoids getting cornered. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Drive gauge management here is going to be vital. Checks him with the boom. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with the chance to score big here. Going in, long-range fireball to break the silence. Miraculous grab. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. A quick breather. Looking for a chance. Player 1 needs to use the pumps, the brakes on the impact. The low. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This throw is denied. What a lead. Hits the air throw. Not much life left, but their drive usage hits the projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. Player 1 brings it home.